Hello friends, Sam Graham doing TCGs yet again, and it is yet again time for a new set of Flesh and Blood. I'm running a little bit late on this because, my first bit of it came while I was on vacation. So I'm just now getting a whirl. My bad. Kinda. Oh well. But, bright lights. So, I've not played Mechanologist, really. So this set is a little bit of an oddity for me, just as a general rule. But I'm intrigued by the concept of this whole, aside from that expansion slot, which I think is a nice touch. We're just getting all one class in this box. So, let's dig into this, shall we? I'm excited. I'm always excited for any new set, but this one has enough. All the gear for the Mechanologist looks really cool. I haven't dug into like a deep dive into all the previews, and some of them I still need to kind of look at. I have a general idea for how Mechanologist works. Let's be honest. You're trying to boost. You're trying to get the all those attacks, but now you're also trying to gear up and get some cool stuff that way. So let's see if the focus is gonna help me out today. How we doing? Focus. All right, so dive through data. So it's a boost and it hits opt 1. All right, so that's cool. I'll go kind of slow for the first little bit, and then I'll start digging in a little bit faster. Medex. Oh, FedEx. Okay, cool. When this hits, you may put an item with cost 0 or 1 from your hand into arena. That's pretty nice. Kind of hit that later on in a chain when they've already kind of blocked some stuff, or early on just to get them to block. Overloop, we've seen you expedite. When this hits, you may put an item with 0 or 1 from your hand into arena. So another kind of doing the same thing, but 0 for 3 instead of 1 for 4 on the red. Okay, I like that. Gas up. Next attack you boost gets +4. You may put a hyperdriver from Banish Zone into arena. Cool. Scrap Prospector. When this attacks, if it scrapped a card, gain blah. Gain no resource. As an additional cost to play this, you may banish an item or equipment from your graveyard. Scrap Compactor. So that's... You may play your next Evo as though it were an instant. Okay, so it's doing different stuff. Mini Force Field. Dissolving Shield. So lots of items here. Items and attacks. That's fun. So we got Evo Sentry Base Chest. Blocks 2 Battle Worn. Always a nice start. If you have a base chest equipped, so a base chest, not an Evo base chest. Transform. Cool. Simple enough. Autosave script. When it enters arena, you may remove a Steam counter from it. If you do, gain an action point. Enters with a Steam counter. At start of turn, destroy it unless you remove one. Mechanologist attack action cards. When this hit, put it on the bottom of deck. Okay, sure enough. There's our first rare, looks like. Hydraulic Press. So it's scrap. You may banish an item or equipment from graveyard. When this attacks, if it scrapped a card, it gets Overpower. And Mechanical Strength, rare 2. So this one's in the Professor deck. I remember that. Evo Upgrade. This gets +X, where X is the number of Evos. Fair enough. There's a Mini Force Field in foil. And then there's our Dash Database. Very nice. With a Teklo Leveler on the back. And a Proto Base Head. Nice start. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm already tired of going through each individual card. So I'm just going to go through ones that specifically stand out to me. Crankshaft. Just gonna be completely honest. I don't feel like going through each individual Teklo base legs. That's fun. So Proto base is literally just a base. Teklo base actually gets you a little bit of hyperdriver. It gets you a little bit of functionality. There's a med kit. There's an Evo command center. That's cool. If you have a base head equipped, transform it into this. Once per turn instant, destroy a card under this. Your next weapon attack. When this hits, draw a card. So here's my question. This transform thing, is that an action, or do you just do it? Is it an action or an instant, or is it not technically either one? I could probably check that out. Scrap compactor looks cool. There's our dude Teklo Vossen with Banksy right behind, and Max Nitro with the Symbiosis shot. So we're getting all of our young heroes already. Dumpster dive. I love that. All right, come on. If an item or equipment was banished, you get +1. All right. So for you, there's a jump start. That's a repeat again. Evo data mine. These look so cool. I really like this concept of all the different blurry card images. Of all the different Evo versions that you can pick up. You're just not going to cooperate, are you? There we go. That all do different things with the different sets and everything. I think that's a really, really cool concept. Soup Up and Torque Tuned. There is a Foil Med-X, another Dash, Teklo Leveler, and a Proto Base Arm. So we're getting plenty of heroes so far. They really definitely seem to have set this up to, as much as possible, make it easy to do sealed and the like. You know, I've been meaning to set all of the equipments off to the side, and I've not been doing that. That's okay. Heavy Artillery and Gigawatt. I know it's Gigawatt. Leave me alone. Razzle Dazzle. That brings a song to mind. I almost sang it and got in trouble. So let's pause real quick. I'm going to do something on my stack. Alright, back to it. I'd only missed one, so that's okay. That's not bad. So I'm excited to, at some point here, get my first expansion slot goodie. Base Arms Evo Sentry. There is my first Majestic and Annihilator engine. What do we do? So, if you have one or more Evos equipped, this gets, when this hits, destroy all cards defending this. So that's fancy. 2 or more, 3 less to play, 3 or more overpower, 4 or more attack +3. That's pretty strong. Hey, there's a... Right after I asked for it, there's Tectonic Rift. There's a expansion slot card. It is blue X, create X seismic surge tokens. So that's kind of fun. Our first expansion slot, we start throwing packs around everywhere. It's great. Now, some more base legs. There is Spring a Leak and a Firewall in yellow. That's another thing that I think is kind of cool new now. I'll stop and talk about that actually. Is the block cards that they have an effect when they block, but that is all they do. Like, you don't play this on your turn, you just block with it. But it has its effect when you do. I think that's a neat concept too. That is something that could have been used. I don't know if I ever specifically called for it, but I like it a lot, and it feels like something I've wished for. Hey, there's a base chest. I don't think I've gotten one of those yet. Hadron Collider, Evo Zipline. I love all these Evo. It's just so much fun. a canister, cognition field. Ooh, 2 Majestics back to back in foil, and they are awesome. One of them is a regular old hyper scrapper. I say regular old, that's from the set itself. Looks like, as an additional cost to play this, banish X items from your graveyard. When this attacks, it gets plus X. If 3 or more hyperdrivers banish, gain 6 resources and go again. That's wild. But we also get a foil Tome of Imperial Flame, which is just a gorgeous rainbow foil. I've seen people talking about it, but now that I've got it in my hand, I definitely get it and completely agree that it's just a ridiculously good looking rainbow foil. I'm excited to pull that. That is a nice place to hit something. Love it. That was a great pack. Been seeing a whole lot of boom grenades. Bull bar, torque tuned. There's our first rare foil. Ooh, and right behind it, we get a rare. It's not a Marvel, but that is a cold foil Evo scatter shot, which is one of the this is one of the pieces of equipment that's in the Professor deck. That is cool to see in cold foil. I've seen some of the rainbow foils. I had stopped by in my Cogwork Space Arms. Had seen some stuff that had already been pulled by people. Security Script and Liquid Cool. And so the rainbow foils, like I saw the rainbow foil, the warrior headpiece that's in the expansion slot, and I thought that looked really nice. But then I also saw that just the cold foils in general look great all around. There's something about them. Like this Evo scatter shot, even the cold foils just pop a little bit more this set. I'm really excited for what they've done as far as that quality here. Big fan of just the imagery. Even if I've never been a Mechanologist player, it's something I've kind of considered fiddling with here and there. So I may, with this set being all mech all the time, it may be my opportunity to actually do it. And I see a dinged up card. It's going to be a good card, and I'm going to be, it's a rare. That's annoying. But we can deal with that. But a Evo Steel Soul Processor for a majestic Evo piece. If you have a base chest equipped, transform it into this, then equip this. When this transforms from or into an Evo with different name, gain 3. If that Evo is a hero, instead this triggers twice. I see what they're getting at. They're getting at the big dude, aren't they? That's fun. But yeah, overall, this may be what finally gets me to take a legit crack at Mechanologist, just because I think it's looking neat. Just the overall, the whole set of the of mech stuff. This technopunk kind of is a cool concept. I'm loving some of the specific card design, the art as usual. It is no surprise that the art is ridiculous. There's another Firewall Red. The art per normal is just spectacular. But just like the foiling, I feel like they have really, as good as it's always been, they went the extra mile. LSS did of smash and grab of, ooh, goodness, we are hitting We are hitting expansion slot. I've hit more expansion slot Majestics than set Majestics, I think. Brute smashing performance. They've really just gone all in on making this a... And I guess they had to. I say had to. I guess it makes sense. Ooh, Evo Soul Tower. So we got a second piece of that Evo Soul. What I'm saying, I guess, is that they... Not everybody plays Mechanologist. Like I say, I haven't really played it yet. I've been considering it, and I'm definitely looking into it now because it looks fun with all the stuff in this set. But to kind of appeal to folk that weren't necessarily into Mechanologist, man, they really... Ooh, Firewall and foil looks nice. They really went the extra mile, I think, to make everything in the product look particularly appealing. You know what? I'm forgetting that my foil Majestics go down there. I'm a monster. I know y'all don't care, but I care. And with that in mind, I feel like they really, really hit the nail on the head with getting... You know, getting a product that looks so cool and has so much fun stuff going on that people are potentially still interested in it. That may not have been. I like the approach they took. Expedite. Couple protos. So I do like too. I said it early on, and I still think it's true that it seems like they did a really good job of having a spread of cards in the packs that make, you know, the sealed and draft formats viable. Like there seem to be plenty of proto base, you know, the base units. The base armor to be able to Evo up. There just seems to be plenty of stuff to make the decks with. So no big wild hit this box, but we got multiple... Well, this is the next to last pack, so we're also not done yet. Let's be real. Well, there's another... Majestic for us. So tick-tock clock. But we got 2 of those Evo pieces. So we got 6 regular main set. Well, we got a bunch of these dang Tectonic Rift, Smashing Performance, and then a foil flame. We got 2 rainbow foil Majestics. We got... the cold foil Evo Scattershot, but then we got a whole one of the rainbow foil Majestics was expansion slot, and 2 of the Majestics were expansion slot, which is definitely more than I thought were coming. On the other hand, what do I know? But what do you do? 'Tis what it is. Nope, you do not fall like that, booster packs. See, sometimes y'all let me get myself into trouble. And we just got to figure out a way to, just got to push through it. Just got to push through it. All right, let's start box 2. Let's see if it's even better than box 1. Box 1, it didn't have the monster hit anywhere, but I'm... definitely not upset with what we got. That's the other thing. I build a bunch of these like giveaway decks, and with new heroes, that means new decks that I have to build. So that's part of why I keep all of the I try and keep my equipment and try and keep my tokens separate because it makes it easier on me later trying to find the stuff to build those decks. Though it also makes it harder for me later when I go through and try to checklist my collection of what I actually got. So I'm helping myself in some ways and being a pain in the butt to myself in others. What do you do? All the heroes. Next time I see the heroes, I might stop on them. Big shot. Evo thruster. Ooh, okay. System reset. A majestic foil early on. Our first majestic, but we're hitting the foils pretty decently. We had these two, the Hyper Scrapper and the Tome of Imperial Flame, were in the same pack, if you remember. That was a nice pack. We like that one. Tome seems like an interesting card. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, how we're not sure if it's actually good or not, but it seems interesting. MHC script. All right, well, yeah, let's start and look at Teklevossen for a second. You may play Evos from Banish Zone. Once per turn instant, pay 3 resources. You may play your next Evo as though it were an instant. When you do, draw a card. That's pretty nice. That's not bad. That's kind of fun. When you're trying to do all the Evos, having 2 easier ways to do that are quite nice. So that'll be a deck that I have to figure out how to build a couple budget versions of. Ratchet up Scrapper. Infuse that alloy, and we got ourselves a legendary in the expansion slot, and I believe it is one I needed, especially if I'm going to try to play Mechanologist. That is Teklo Foundry Heart, the old school Mechanologist legendary. That's a hit. And Max Nitro, another one of our heroes. Once per turn action, pay 2. Create 1 Hyperdriver token with 2 Steam counters. Activate it only if you've boosted. Hyperdrivers gain Crank. As it enters, you may remove a Steam counter from it and gain an action point. That's kind of fun too. So far, 2 fun heroes. We'll check in on Dash and see if she is still cool as well. We got 2 base pieces there. Mechanical Strength, Hydraulic, and Gigawatt. There's Dash Database, which I think is a really good card. You may look at the top of your card of your deck at any time. Once per turn, you may play a Mechanologist item with 0 or 1 from the top of your deck as though it were an instant. It costs 1 extra. That's pretty nice. I like that a lot. There are multiple levels to that being good. Just between boosting, between using her ability to throw stuff out there. I'm a big fan of that new hero. Mechanical Strength, Medkit, Boom Grenade, and we got us a common cold foil this time. That is the Evo Zoom Call, which frankly is hilarious to me. I find that more amusing than I possibly should. The Evo Zoom Call is a cold foil there. Common cold foil. We've already got a legendary from the expansion slot this box, though. With that Teklo Foundry Heart. I can't remember if I already had one from the earlier sets or not. So that's going to be interesting to dig into to see if I need that or not. And it's going to be interesting to see how I handle the expansion slot for collector purposes in general. I collected History Pack 1, or am still, frankly, technically collecting History Pack 1. So to me, that probably means there's Evo Soul Memory, which I did not have yet for my Evo Soul set. That's the first regular Majestic. That's kind of wild, actually. I am almost halfway through the box, and I have pulled a legendary, and I've pulled a cold foil, but that is, and a rainbow foil Majestic. That's the first regular Majestic. So I guess technically it is most likely that I will also collect the expansion slot items from this set since I did History Pack 1. It's no different, right? But we'll see. We'll see. They may be my exceptions, but I don't like making those exceptions, so it probably just won't happen. I will probably just collect them per normal. So yeah, this is kind of wild. We've gotten a big hit with a legendary, but we have not. We are past the halfway point now with virtually nothing in the way of majestic hits. Majestic pulls. We got our rainbow foil. And we got one other majestic. So it's going to be interesting to see how this box finishes out. Smash and grab and foil. Like I say, the foils look so good. I really like the adjustments they have made to both the cold foils and the rainbow foils in this set. They've done some good stuff with that. I'm noticing way less in the common slot as far as equipment. There's Evo Soul Processor, which I did already have, but that is okay. It's another majestic, and it's one of those things that I get the feeling you're playing more than one of in a deck as a general rule, trying to get it on the field anyway. So we're happy with that. Depends on if you're playing draft or draft, but blitz or CC, doesn't it? Heavy artillery, spring a leak. This is still wild to me. That's another thing. So the legendary, after pulling so many expansion slot cards last box, I think 3 total counting the foil. The legendary is the only one we've seen in this box so far, which is not a complaint. It is just a interesting fact to notice. And fewer common equipment. We're still getting the good range of the token slot ones. We're just not seeing a whole lot of the common ones, which, again, not a complaint, just interesting to note. This box is wild. Down to 4 packs left. Still only 2 non-foil majestics. What a weird box. Cognition field. Still. This is bizarre. This is a funny box. These 2 boxes in a row are like polar opposites of each other, I feel like. Heavy artillery. Just complete total polar opposites. Hey, there's a majestic. System failure. Oh, okay. And a second majestic. We got Old Man Teklo. All right. Love to see that. So he's got the same ability as his young version, as is normal for Flesh and Blood. Which I believe is basically the same ability that's on the Professor. Like, since it's pretty much the same card. This is weird. So only 4 majestics and a rainbow foil majestic here. We still got our cold foil, but we did not. But shorter than usual. I know nothing's the G word, nothing guaranteed, but the shorter than usual on majestics, which is very strange. Just peculiar. I don't know what to make of that. But then the first one, we got one extra and one extra rainbow foil majestic. So again, nothing's the G word. Those boxes, I think both of those were really good boxes in completely polar opposite ways, which is funny. Just a very, very funny spot to be in. One moment. And we're back. Sorry, just back from traveling, so everything's kind of a little bit out of whack from usual. And just doing different stuff with the new Flesh and Blood set. That is fun. Fun to see all the new goodies. Gigawatt. Razzle Dazzle. Firewall again. Ratchet up for a rare foil. So we've got our Teklovasen, the majestic adult version now. Let's see if we can pick up the other heroes as old folk. Steel Street Enforcement. It's a block for 1. When this is defending, it gets plus X, where X is the number of Evos. Pretty straightforward. That's kind of fun. It's a decent first majestic. And a expansion slot majestic right behind it. Another smashing performance. Not bad. I would love to see an expansion slot, something for one of my classes, though. Brute has never been quite... I could play Brute. It's just never quite been my wheelhouse. But I could go there. Torque. Security script. Quick fur. That's another thing. There's a possibility. I didn't realize Teklovasen was in that expansion slot as well. So it is possible. I just saw a hero earlier and assumed it was the young one and moved on. So I could have missed another majestic in that previous box if I missed one of the heroes. Or I'm also just kind of dumb. So there are lots of things I could have missed. But I get the feeling the hero is the most likely route. Soup up. Hey, grinding gears. How are you doing? For majestic number 3. No foil majestic yet this time around. Again, doing a reverse script of the last 5. We're getting a bunch of majestics, but no foil yet. Polarity reversal. Burn rubber. 0 to 50. Oh yeah. 0 to 60, you'll get a ticket for that. That's so funny to me. I love the jokes in here. Teklo base, strength, spring that leak, and a stasis cell. There's our majestic foil. Which does what again? When this enters or leaves the arena, activated abilities of target equipment can't be activated until end of its controller's next turn. Action. Put this on bottom of its owner's deck. Choose an equipment it can't defend this turn. That's kind of fun. I will be really annoyed the first time I'm playing against that. can tell you right now, that's going to be annoying. Not in a bad way. It's just going to be annoying. That's how the game works. Things and cards that try to keep you from doing what you want to do annoy you a little bit. So we're there. We're on board with that. Ratchet up again. Spraying a leak again. Hydraulic press. So we're pretty much on track. We don't have a cold foil this box. We do have 3 non-foil Majestics and a foil Majestic. So we're pretty much exactly where we would expect to be at roughly the halfway point. And there is our cold foil. An Evo Buzz Hive. It's not the same as a Zoom call. That's not as funny as a Zoom call. I'm just telling you, the Zoom call is funnier. Smash and grab, liquid cooled, full tilt, and usual stuff in the bag. So that Buzz Hive is just when you equip it, you get a resource. That's kind of nice, though. That's not a terrible concept. Oh, okay. Yep. Contest the minefield. Contest the minefield. All heroes get -1 intellect at the start of your turn. Destroy. That's annoying as all get out. I love it. What an awful card. Oh, that's incredible. Demolition Protocol. For Majestic number 5. Oh, that contest the minefield. Oh, that's annoying. I love and hate it at the exact same time. Big shot, razzle dazzle, and some proto base limbs. So really, at this point, for this box number 3 of this first case, the only thing we are looking for is one more Majestic. 0 to 50. That cracks me up too. Got 5 packs left though. So maybe something else, another surprise that squeaks out for us maybe. You know I will not complain should that happen. Mechanical Strength for a foil rare. Another a surprise over that Majestic would not go Soul Memory. Is that the one I already... No. Maybe? That may be my 3rd one of the memory. Either the memory or the processor I now have pulled 3 of. That's a Majestic though, and that is a playset in CC of said Majestic. So we're on our 6 Majestics. We've on a playset of maybe the Steel Memory. It's just buried under the other ones. We can double check that here in a second. Dash to Tabasi. And some proto stuff. Alright, last pack of box 3, which is again another... It's a fine box. There's nothing wrong with this box. Pretty standard, pretty average box. Nothing wild, nothing disappointing. Yeah, just a pretty flat, average box. We're good with that. I'd rather an average box than below average box all day, every day. So I'll gladly take that. But like I say, I think that might have gotten us to a I can't remember if it was the processor or the memory that I had already pulled multiples of, but regardless, that gets us in a pretty good spot. One way or the other, we've got a blitz playset of 2 of those Evo pieces for that particular set. So one way or the other, we're not upset. Box 4 of my first Bright Lights case. Hey-o! Another card that is going to be annoying for some, that is the Shadow Instant Slay. Slay is literally just destroy target angel ally, which is rude. But that's for a Shadow Instant, that is pretty nice. That is another nasty little piece of work card for the right situation. Gigawatt. It's a decent enough place to start box 4 off, right? Soup up. Scrap Harvester. That foiling on that looks so good. I love it. And another expansion slot, this time for Illusionist. Draconic specifically. It is the Dust for Chromai. So there we go. 2 Majestics, both expansion slot, right early in the box. Steam canister, drive through. Big Bertha's funny. Evo Thruster, Smash and Grab, Underloop, Teklo, Youngster version. He needs the mustache. I'm just saying, the mustache is an improvement. Hey, non-foil Stasis Cell. We got the foil in the last box. So we're rocking pretty nice through this box. 3 Majestics so far. 2 of which are expansion slot. Spring Leak, Hydraulic Press. Tectonic Force Field is a funny word. Furwall, Hydraulic Press, Teklo, and some legs. Alright, so far, while not a home run, this first box has been pretty decent. I won't lie. Getting that legendary Teklo heart is quite nice. Especially since I'm pretty sure I'm not positive I had one at all. So it's nice to get it just for if I want to actually go the route of Tekloing things up. And then that foil tome is just hot. I love that. So I don't know. And some foil, a foil from the expansion slot. Maybe I'm shortchanging this box a little bit. That foil from the expansions. Hey, there we go. Turn a face down card in any arsenal face up. If it's a defense reaction, destroy it. And your next weapon attack this turn gets +1. I like my warrior card. That is at least getting sideboarded. I like it a lot. So this box is another Oops All Pulse Wave Protocol. As I break the rule I was just saying. I was going to say this is another Oops All expansion slot. It's still pretty close. 3 expansion slot cards for non-mech stuff to 2 mech Majestics. It's just interesting. I definitely thought that the expansion slot was going to be rarer. I guess it is a good thing, though, to see that at least overall it's not. Because especially for the new cards, that would be really annoying if they were that difficult to get. Still no foil majestic, still no cold foil. Gigawatt. Infused titanium. Oh, and I was saying... Oh, shoot. I'm dumb. That's a Marvel. That is a Marvel Evo Mock Breaker. If you have base legs equipped, transform it and X hyperdrivers you control into this. Equip this. If you do, the next time you'll be dealt damage, prevent X whenever this turn. Whenever you boost, you may destroy a card under this. If you do, create Quicken. That's rad. Oof. So we got a Marvel. First Marvel of the case. I guess only Marvel of the case now with like a quarter of the last box to go. Man, so we hit our cold foil and we did it in style. Got a couple heroes. Whew. The Marvels look... again, the cold foiling has been stepped up, in my opinion. The Marvels... Well, I've heard some people... Hey, Maximum Velocity. There's a card we've seen before, but it is a welcome edition there. Some people have talked about how the Marvels like aren't this... just they aren't different, so different. They basically just look like the cold foils. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. But I still think they're gorgeous, and step off is kind of my... very well thought out and intellectual response to the Marvel complaints. I still think they look pretty good. So another thing I haven't seen a Bright Lights legendary. I saw an expansion slot legendary, but not a Bright Lights legendary, which is interesting. Excuse me. Which is interesting as well. Again, I know the G word is not a thing. Oh, shoot. Okay. We got another expansion slot card, which is another foil majestic, but it is the foil dust for Chromai. That's pretty nice. Wow, okay. I've got to figure these the foil expansion slot cards are hard to come by. Cognition Field. Penetration. Big Bertha. Boop. Just a couple packs left. We're pretty much at this point exactly where we would expect to be. Short of the case. Now, they may just count the legendary in the expansion slot as the legendary, which is fine. It is a legendary, right? Just saying that a Bright Lights legendary is the only thing from a case we would typically expect to see that we have not. That said, getting a different legendary and getting a Marvel and getting all these foils from the expansion slot, I can't really complain much. It's a pretty decent first case. Hey, there's the regular Mock Breaker, which is an extra majestic for us. Let's look at him. Okay, no, so the frame is different. It legitimately is... no, it's basically the same frame. And the coloring is different on it, too. Like, I get what people are saying with it, but at the same time... Nah, it's fine. Alright, well, that case did alright. And I'm sure I will find stuff that I missed going back through it. But, I mean, the big wins, obviously, are the Marvel, the Evo Mock Breaker, and the Teklo Foundry Art. We got a Foil Dust, Cold Foil Evo Buzz Hive. We got Stasis Cell, Evo Cell Cold Foil, System Reset, Tome of Imperial Flame, that was a good one. Hyper Scrapper, and an Evo Scatter Shot foil. We're going to check now to see which... Okay, Processor was the one I already had two of. So now we have 2 memories and 2 processors. So we got Blitz playsets of both of those, but not a CC playset of any of them yet, which is alright. But that is a pretty decent place to be living, I say. Some pretty good Majestic run. So I'm already long since this is the first opening for a set. So with that in mind, since I'm already long, why don't you let me pause while I've got this stuff sitting right here and reset for another case. Every now and then I got it in me to just keep going, and this is one of those every now and thens. So let's go. I've been sticking my boxes in a certain spot. I don't think I'm going to stick them there. This will be the first one. I'm going to stick the other boxes off over here beside me and go get them when I am ready for them. So that first case was pretty decent, won't lie. Let's see if this one can do as good or better. As I drop some plastic. I didn't mean to drop in a place I didn't mean to drop it. Okay, so we're going to scoot a couple things around here. Change my setup a little bit here. Because I've still got all my commons and all that stuff, I don't feel like scooting that around yet, right? So, we're moving my tokens to a different spot. And we're just going to dive right on in. Let's go. Evo Command Center. There's a rare foil right off the bat. And it was an okay pack. Just okay. Rare foil. We're always happy with a rare foil. It's better than the common foil. We celebrate the baby step wins. Hey, there is... Hey, that's the third one. We have confirmed that now. We know for sure that is a CC playset of Evo Soul Memory. That is another rare foil. That's a pretty good start. We got our playset of that one card. We are heading the right direction here. Smoothboard, Gigawatt, Med-X. Boo, first bad pack. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Y'all know I'm kidding. Don't even pretend to be on my case about all that. Mechanical Strength, Soup Up, Mini Force Field. So yeah, that was pretty exciting to see that Teklo core. I'm still, like I say, a little surprised we didn't see even a rainbow foil legendary from Bright Lights proper, as it were. Hey, Tectonic Rift. I think that's the second copy of that I pulled in the expansion slot. I do like that the expansion slot is all majestic and up. I think that was a nice decision. Polarity Reverse, Cognition Field, Panel Beater. Going a little bit faster at this point because, you know, while I know y'all like to see shiny things and all that, I did already open a whole case and spent nearly an hour doing it. So we're gonna go a little quicker, I think. I know the set's still new, so sometimes you may be like, but I want to see that new card, and I apologize. There's a Hyper Scrapper non-foil. We pulled a foil of that earlier. I think that's our first non-foil. You know, if something strikes my fancy, you know I'll always stop on it. And you know, the big stuff is definitely going to get commented on. You just know, y'all know how I work. Y'all know that's how it's going to be. There should be no shock there at all. Gigawatt. So we've hit the regular Majestics pretty solidly. We're still not quite to the halfway point of box 1 of case 2. Gas Guzzler. So like I said, we're heading the right direction. We're starting off like we would hope. Not wild, but right on track. Rev it up. I tell you what, that's going to be part of the fun part, is just going through and building these, like I say, the decks I like to build. How many have I given away? Not as many as I would like. And actually, that's something that I don't always remember to remind people, is that if you haven't played Flesh and Blood really, or you've got a deck that you kind of want to try, but you're not sure, and oh hey, okay, that's not the super fancy version, but that is still our, I need to go get a totally clear sleeve for this fellow. That is the legendary, the big dog Ultron of the set, Teklevossen the Mecropotent. So he is, you play the Singularity card, you can transform hero, weapon, 4 evos into Teklevossen the Mecropotent. It enters the arena with health equal to the hero it transformed from. So you could be in really good or really bad shape. Only 3 intellect, but he blocks 6, attacks 6. So action, play 3, banish 2 cards from soul, attack. So all the stuff that you transform becomes part of the soul. I believe. Yeah. Whenever you attack, this attacks a hero, they discard a card. Straight up, love it. Your Mechanologist attack action cards gain go again. Straight up. This counts as having 4 evos equipped for any of the count your evos. That's a nice hit. That's what I was wanting to get in the first case. Well, the Marvel version is really what I was wanting to get in the first case. But I am perfectly content to have this version, because I'm not going to lie to y'all. If I pull the Marvel, I will not be playing with it, and I want to play with this card. Oh, shoot! And shortly thereafter, we get another freaking hit. The Warband of Bologna, the Cold Foil Extended Art version. Goodness, this is a start to a case. Let's see if we can... Just a gorgeous card. The Cold Foil is incredible. Action, pay 2, destroy this. Next time you attack this turn, you may charge your hero's soul. If a yellow card is charged this way, draw a card, go again. Some people, and I've played a lot of Warrior. I've not played a lot of Bolton. So a lot of people have said, that card's not really good. And then I've seen other people say, it may not be very good all the time, but there are situations where it's just going to win a game. So I'll be curious. Another smashing performance. That is definitely my third there. Grabbing more sleeves. Apologies. This box is my winner so far. Box 5 wins many things. But people that I know, back to the warband, people I know who do play more or know some of both, that do play Bolton have said that they're fiddling with it and there is a lot of potential for that card. But it's also a cold foil warrior card, so I'm just happy already. War Machine. That's a... If you have one or more... When this is... Yeah, no, I had a different one that was kind of like this. That's the first one of that one I've hit. So when it hits, it's got the same thing as whichever the other card was. If it hits, or, costs 3 less to play. If you have 2 Evos... If you have 3, it has overpower. If you have 4, it gets +4. So cool. Yeah, same deal. But that one was... actually, I already have forgotten exactly what the ability was on the other one. But for this one, it's destroy all cards in the arsenal. I know that was not the ability before. I feel like it was destroy all cards that are defending. So if they defended with armor and you've got some way to make that happen, which again makes me wonder, I need to dig in a little bit more to how the transform actually works. If there's a way to do that in the middle of your turn after they've declared blocks and you can just ruin their equipment suite. So again, as a warrior main, that's dirty and I don't like it. That said, that's pretty cool. So this box has got it going on. We're got like 2 packs left. But we got a cold foil for sure. We got that cold foil warband. We got a second legendary with our big man transform Teklo Ultron. We're gonna go with Ultron. We got Ultron, and then we got 5 Majestics. We don't have a foil Majestic, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not care. Based on everything else I've seen. So yeah, short of Majestic. Again, that lands right back in the same way as the foil Majestic statement, where I don't think I care about that right now because we got 2 legendaries that box. The regular legendary non-foil Necropotent Teklo and the cold foil extended warband. I'm in. I am. So box 1 is going to be tough to beat. Let's see, A, if the whole case can continue along those lines, and B, if any of the individual boxes can beat that one. I feel like it would take the Marvel Teklo man to just straight up wreck it. But who knows? I've looked. I've seen a lot of the cards in the set, but I haven't necessarily looked at exactly all the versions of different things, like what all can be Marvel, all that jazz. So I could still easily be surprised by a system reset. There's a lot that could still shock me here. Fair to say. Full bar, cognition, full bar again. A shiny one that time though. Cogwork, Space Arms. I really do like that they have commons, both of like the base stuff and the protos and the evos and like all the different versions of stuff And so I'm guessing that something that says Evo base, I'm assuming it counts as both an Evo and a base for the purposes of cards targeting one or the other. Which, if so, that's rad. I like that a lot. So, like, if you've Evo'd something, you could still... now, granted, like, Teclobus, and he's specifically targeting Evo cards, but, like, if you've got an Evo base, you could still Evo that into something else. Like, all that seems like really fun design for a lot of the lower rarity cards that they've put in here. To keep the whole thing playable, and I think they did some darn good design here. Now, if they want the next set, if it could be Warrior doing exactly the same thing, hey, Heist, first copy of that we've seen. If they could do Warrior the same way next set, that would be great. I'm all in for that. I'm just greedy. I'm so sorry. I am being spoiled and rotten and nasty. That's not nice of me. I apologize. But also, I would really like that, please. 0 to 50 still cracks me up. 0 to 60? You'll get a ticket for that. They got some funny flavor text on these things. I'm not going to lie. Oh, hey. Rare foil. Still have only seen as far as the adult heroes, we've only seen Old Man Teklo. Got another dinged up card back here. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to cry. Yeah, it's a Cognition Field. That's alright. Hey, there's a cold foil. Evo Charging Rods. Again, it's a common, but it's an Evo. So it's got all this stuff. Once per turn, destroy a card under this, create a Quicken token. Like, they've got all this different stuff that still makes cards pretty viable, pretty usable. Just ways to get stuff fired up and throw out there. I'm pretty sure there are ways to wax off. Wax off. Majestic number 3 and a...
Here's a number between
expansion
3 and 8.
One.
It's 7.
So my smart speaker thought I was talking to it, but I was not. That was very peculiar. Hey, prismatic lens. Yeah, I don't know. The adult heroes definitely seem to be pretty tricky to come by. Did I miss her? I did miss her. It's Gigawatt! Moonshot. Data link. Which is kind of good, I guess. Some of the other sets, when they would have a majestic hero, they felt a little too easy to come by. This one might have gone the other direction, but it's not the end of the world, I don't suppose. So we've got a cold foil and 5 majestics. We still got more than a quarter of this box left. Mechanical Strength, rare foil. Hey, and a Tectonic Rift. I think that's at least my 3rd Tectonic Rift I've pulled, but that's majestic number 6. Like I just said, we got more than a 1/6 of the box left. More than a 6, more than a quarter of the box left. So we've got an interesting box on our hands here. I'm curious to see what rounds it out. I think this is 7 packs left, including the one I just ripped. So it is a distinct possibility that we see nothing else in the rest of this box. I would, however, be surprised. Just based on sheer number. 5 packs being left. I feel like we're going to see at least that foil Majestic. But I don't know. There are no G words. Well, there is a non-foil Majestic. There is Evo Facebreaker, which is my second, I guess, of that particular set that we've seen. That's pretty sweet. I like that a lot. Just a fun, wild box, y'all. What else are we gonna find? We're already on the plus side of Majestic. And still only the one adult hero. That's wild. We're not counting the legendary. Hey-o. Alright, there is our foil. Steel Street Enforcement, which is that protection that is base 1 but plus 1 for every Evo you have equipped. So this one, pretty close to a straight average box, but I feel pretty good about it. I'm not gonna lie. With all the... And I feel even better about it. That is Majestic number 8, and it is Tome of Imperial Flame, which I think is just so much fun. It has the potential to be gross good. So, okay, while average, it was great. Does that make any sense at all? Don't tell me if it does or doesn't. I'm just going to assume that it does. Alrighty. Box 3 of this 2th case of Bright Lights from Flesh and Blood. This case, so far, as you can see, has been pretty legit. The second box had a ton of Majestics, but didn't have the big spicy hits of 2 legendaries like the prior. Let's see what box 3 can do. Is it going to impress us? Well, right off the bat, we get a Majestic from the expansion slot we haven't seen yet. Max Nitro and Arms. Alright, let's keep this party going. I was honestly planning to do 3 cases this video. I think I'm going to cut it at 2. Even I'm tired of listening to myself at this point. That's not really true. But I think we've hit that point where we got to cut a video. It's getting real long now. I don't know. We'll see. I could still change my mind. That's the beauty of this whole thing, is that I can just decide I'm wrong if I want to. Recharge, that's cool. At any point, I can just say, hey, Graham, you're wrong. And then I just have to deal with it. So yeah, that second box, the first box was straight fire. Short on Majestic, but we got 2 legendaries. A cold foil extended art and the the standard version of Daddy Teklo. And we got some Steel Street Hoons. The second box was fire in a completely different way. We got 8 Majestics. Several of which, I say several of which, 2 of which were fun from the expansion slot. But we also we got all these, so many Majestics and so many good ones. Like the Tome was fun. The Evo Facebreaker looks fun. Like that was just another, like I said a few minutes ago. It is average, but for average, it was pretty exciting. This box so far, we are almost at the halfway point though, and it has not given us a whole lot of thrillement and frivolity yet. When will that change come? Shall it be this pack? It shall not, in case there was any wondering. We're still not quite to the halfway point, though. Heavy Artillery, Gigawatt. I love that scrap harvester and foil. I don't know what it is about the foiling on it. I just really like it. Soup up. Hey, I say a second cold foil. A cold foil. It is a base cold foil. I hadn't seen one of these yet. So I'm getting the feeling that there are a lot of cold foils in this set, which is going to be fun-ish to chase them all. There's War Machine again. Second copy of that one now. So at about the halfway. Oh, snap. Speaking of special surprises. So that's a rainbow foil, yeah? Yeah, it's just a rainbow foil Majestic, but it's a rainbow foil Majestic extended art. I don't know if there is a regular art version of the Terminator tank or not. This is the same thing. It's got the same 3 abilities on when you got more Evos, and then you just make them discard a card if it hits. Happy with that hit. Like I say, I'm going to have to check. There are some of the things, like all the different what's extended art, what's not. I have not done a ton of research into. Like I watched most of the spoilers, saw most of the cards, and we got a cold foil legendary again. As the second cold foil legendary of this case, that is a Shriek Razors. When this is in your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silvers. If you do, equip it. Pay 2 as a reaction. Destroy it. Target attack action card defending an assassin attack gets -1 defense. Well, okay. As I was saying, so like that one, I don't know if there's an extended art version of that or not. I didn't know that there was an extended Terminator tank. So now with the Terminator tank, I don't know if there's a regular foil Terminator tank. That's what I'm getting at. So I know most of the cards in the set, or at least I've seen them. I'm not intimately familiar with them, having not gotten to play with any of them yet, that kind of thing. But so I've at least seen all the cards in the set, but I don't know the different variations of what's extended art, what's not, what's cold foil, what's Marvel, all that jazz. So that's still the part of the set that there are a lot of potential surprises for me. Much like getting that extended art rainbow foil Terminator tank just now. And that is my 4th Evo Soul Memory. I don't need 4. So that one is now an extra. And we'll go into the extra area, which is where we send cards to trade or otherwise get more cards. Still no other adult hero though. Man, hard to complain. This case has 3 legendaries so far, and we've still got another box. 2 cold foil legendaries. No less. I wasn't mad at that first case. But it needs to shape up in comparison with its sister here. This case has been something else entirely, and a foil system failure. Jeepers, y'all. A second rainbow foil majestic. Granted, it's not an extended art one like the first one. But jeez, what a box. What a case. We've only got, it looks like 3 packs. Yeah, 3 packs left of this box before we go to box 4 of my second case of bright lights. Who knows what kind of nonsense we could still have in store. I mean, good grief. For real, good grief. Box 1 and 3 have just been wild. Scrap compact. That's still funny to me. And again, so we've got all these foils and stuff. Granted, we did get 2 foil majestics this time. Only 4 non-foil majestics. So it does kind of seem like some of the boxes where you... Oh, well, okay, never mind. Here's Majestic 5. Which is still below average. But it seems like the ones where you just, like, hit complete gas. In the super exclusive stuff, I guess, there's a difference as far as like seeing fewer majestics. Maybe that is just speculation on 7 boxes. That is not a scientific experimented on claim or anything of the like. So this is a random statement. No, it's not. I was about to... Now, y'all wouldn't have known it because I could have just passed off. I was going to say something really dumb. But... fixed it. It's all good. We're all fine here now. How are you? I love an adult, well, both Max and Dash, but Dash is the one I want, I think. Does it even exist? That's another question. Hey, Soul Tower. Which I had 1 of. But I did need the second. So we're building up the Evo Soul armor set now. Dissolving. Hey, there's another copy of Slay, that nasty shadow instant that literally just destroys an angel. Well, that's all it does. Literally, you play the card, you destroys an angel. Okie doke. Good card. Goodish card. It's a sideboard card. Like, because what happens if you're playing a warrior? Because the thing about warrior is they don't have angels. But it is a very good card for that matchup. So bring them in the side. Soup up. I love the name of that card. Every time I see it. As you can tell, considering I've done it, maybe not every time, but many of the times I have seen that card pop up. I have been compelled to say, soup up! And it's all for your enjoyment. So, there you go. So that was 2 cold foils, that last box, too. How about that? I'm not going to get one this box, am I? Same way, Gigawatt. I just kind of... Gigawatt! Great Scott, Marty! Sorry, that was... sorry you had to hear that. Ooh, Fabricate. It's the first time I've seen this. Equip a base equipment with Proto in its name from your inventory. Okay, so that's a way to replace equipment that you've lost. Evo permanents you control get +1 defense this turn. Nice. Put this under an Evo permanent you control. Sold. You may banish an Evo from hand if you do draw a card. That's not a bad card. And it's an instant. Even better. That's a pretty decent card. I am too old to be saying crap like "dece." Y'all need to get on me for that. Tell me not to say dumb things like that. I'm gonna keep doing it until you tell me. So, Liquid Cooled Mayhem. Just fair warning. Torque, security, scrap harvester. So this box definitely seems to have it in it to be the weakest of case 2. Big Bertha. Because we're at the halfway point. We do have 3 Majestics, but that is it as far as our average hits. Shall we phrase it that way? Liquid Cooled, Ratchet Up, Fender Bender, and some Protos. So Protos, so that's at least the thing with Fabricate. Like, you got to get a pretty cheesy one. Like, you're not getting one of the super fancy pieces of gear with it. But still, the ability to get something at all. Hey! Steel Street Hoons! Oh, there we go. I have just become very happy. Not just an emboldened blade for my warrior, but a foil emboldened blade. Sold. We are done. We are happy. Nothing else coming out of this could possibly matter. My joy for this opening is now complete. Cognition Field. There we go. Hey, there's a Cogworks base head. Cold foil. So I'm doubling down on my previous statement now that I've seen that. Nothing else could possibly matter. Soup up. All right. We do, however, get Sonata Phantasmia. Visceri specialization. Create X rune chant tokens. If X is 6 or greater, target hero discards 3 random cards. You got to pay X twice. That's... I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, obviously, if you get it off, it's pretty solid, but I don't know that like, that feels pretty difficult. And for a rune blade, from what I've seen, that definitely feels difficult. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Smash and grab. Heck yeah. Liquid cooled. That's such a good looking foil. I love that. Like, I'm going to have to go back through this tokens stack and make sure I didn't miss any heroes. Because I still am pretty sure I've only seen Old Man Teklo for the adult heroes. Are the other ones even in the set? Maybe I'm just stupid. Magnetic Lockwave. What are we? Target hero chooses X equipment they control. Then you choose one from among them. That hero must defend your attacks this turn with that equipment if able. But you gotta pay 3 times X. That's still pretty solid. Like, if there's just one you're targeting, or they only have one piece of equipment left that has Blade Break or Temper, and you're just like, I want that trash out of here, and you see the opening, that is definitely worth it to accomplish that. I don't know. That's another one. Like Sonata. I think it's better than Sonata. I just don't know if I truly see the utility of it. Heavy artillery. Gigawatt! 0 to 50 every time. Oh, I thought I had 1 pack left. I discovered I have 2. But honestly, at this point... Oh, okay. Okay. We get a twin drive. I was just about to say the words. I don't expect to see anything else spicy. But we get twin drive, which is pay 2, hits 5. You boost twice. Now, so the trick with that is, the conversation came up around it. You cannot get go again from it twice. But I do think it still counts for twice that you've boosted, because there are cards that say if you've kept boosted X number of times or whatever. So it counts toward that, and it gives you the opportunity, for whatever reason you whiffed the first one, you got to crack at the second one. So that's still a pretty interesting card. And it's in foil, which I love. Y'all, we quietly ran into the end of this case. But 3 legendaries. Teklo, Singularity, Warband of Bologna, Shriek Razors. Teklo is the only one that's not cold foil. Shriek Razors and Warband, both cold foil. Warband is extended. Maybe that's the only way to get the cold foil. Then we got Cogworks base head, base chest, and Evo charging rods for some common cold foils to go with them. And then we got a really good slew of Rainbow Foil Majestics, including Emboldened Blade, one from the expansion slot, and it's my dang Warrior card, so yes, please. Twin Drive, System Failure, Terminator Take Extended, And at Steel Street Enforcement, like I say, I don't even know if there's a regular Terminator tank. I don't really care. That's awesome, and I'm happy I pulled it. But then we got a good run of, we ended up getting to a 4, got a couple Magnetic Lockwave, which has some utility. Sonata, which I'm not sure about. Fabricate looks fun. Slay's dirty. Like, my 4th one of these. Just all kinds of good stuff popping up out of that second case. To go with a pretty decent first case. Not as good. The second one was clearly better, but the first one wasn't bad either. Again, I know this has been longer than usual, so thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed my first crack at this. There'll be another one coming before too long. This will probably come as a bonus. I usually try and do a bonus. It may not. Maybe it'll just come out as a regular Tuesday or Thursday video. Whatever. You'll know when you see it whether I decided to make it a bonus or not. But anyway, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day. I try not to take you for granted. I know this is longer than usual, but it's first time opening a new set. What are we going to do? Anyway, thank you so much. Bye, y'all.